10 witnesses of the JFK assassination who met the same fate. JFK was assassinated on November 22, 1963. He was riding in an open car in Dealey Plaza in Dallas. At 12:30 p.m., the crowd heard 3 shots. John Connolly, who was in the car, saw a chunk of JFK's brain land on his trousers. Kennedy was soon pronounced dead. Many key witnesses didn't live to tell the truth. 1. Karen Kupcinet. The first victim linked to the case was 22-year-old Karen Kupcinet. Days before the assassination, she made a long-distance call. The operator heard her scream that JFK was about to be killed. Karen's body was found 6 days after the assassination. She had been dead for 2 days. The young actress had been strangled. Her boyfriend, Andrew Prine, was the suspect, but the murder case remains unsolved. 2. Grant Stockdale. Stockdale, JFK's close friend, died on December 2, 1963. He took a tumble from his 13th floor office. He didn't leave a suicide note. Prior to his death, he mentioned those guys trying to get him. 3. Gary Underhill. Underhill was convinced that JFK had been killed by the CIA.
Oswald is a patsy. They set him up. It's too much.
He also said that he feared for his own life. Underhill was found dead on May 8, 1964. He had been shot in the head. His death was officially ruled a suicide. Underhill was right-handed, but the bullet entered his head behind his left ear. 4 and 5. Bill Hunter and Jim Coffey. Hunter and Coffey were journalists working on the case. On November 24, 1963, they visited Jack Ruby, the man who killed Lee Harvey Oswald, in jail. George Senator arranged for them to search Ruby's apartment. No one knows what they found. Hunter was shot by a cop playing a quick draw. In April 1965, Coffey died 5 months later at the hands of an intruder. He'd been attacked with a karate chop to the throat. 6. Mary S. Sherman. Sherman was a researcher involved in a plot to murder JFK. She had an affair with Oswald. She was killed in New Orleans in July 1964. She'd been stabbed in the heart, arm, leg, and stomach. Her laboratory was set on fire. The case was never solved. 7. Mary Pinchot Meyer. Meyer was a DC socialite and Kennedy's lover. She openly criticized the CIA and was wiretapped. She was shot dead during a walk in October 1964. The initial suspect was acquitted. 8. Lisa Howard. Howard was an American journalist. She acted as a go-between between Fidel Castro and the White House. She was involved in secret negotiations on behalf of JFK. She died in July 1965, officially by suicide. Howard had taken 100 phenobarbitals. 9. Roger D. Craig. Craig was a Dallas deputy sheriff present at the murder scene. He testified in front of the Warren Commission. He was fired from the police after discussing evidence with a journalist. Craig narrowly escaped being shot in 1967 and 1974. One time, his car was forced off a mountain road. Another time, his engine exploded. Craig was found dead in May 1975. He had died from self-inflicted gunshot wounds. 10. Lee Harvey Oswald. Oswald was the accused assassin of JFK. He was fatally shot by Jack Ruby 2 days after the murder.